Over the years, I've done plenty of videos showcasing off some of the best Photoshop suggestions in the ERLC Discord. And well, today we return. I haven't done a video like this in quite a while. So I've gone through every suggestion over the last month in the PLC Discord. And today we're going to look at the best few Photoshops that the community have created. Also, if you're wondering what's going on behind me, Roblox seems to have broken the lights. We just have a glow behind me. Either way, subscribe if you do enjoy content like this, and let's get started. So starting with the most recent one I found at 2 AM, and this is window tint, and I presume this would be on civilian and law enforcement, possibly the other teams as well. But either way, you can then change between a factor of 0 and 10, or maybe it would be a percentage, 0 to 100% tint. Now I do actually think this is something the developers either have lined up or are working on currently because of the amount of suggestions regarding undercovers and the fact that you can very clearly see the lights on it now, which kind of defeats the purpose. Let us equip a second car. This would be cool. I think definitely in private servers, maybe in public servers, I feel like this could get a bit chaotic if there are just random cars left over the road, but in private servers definitely. And going one step further, I think it would be cool if you could have a civilian car whilst on a department. So you can park up your department vehicle and then switch over to a civilian vehicle to drive home. Great for roleplay. This one's pretty cool. Make it so we can move the stop stick with a rope on them. So stop stick revamp, F to retract, E to take up. I like this a lot. So instead of just running across the middle of the road like you currently have to and spam placing them down, you could throw it to the other side of the lane and then essentially pull it across depending on where the pursuing vehicle is heading. Now, a ladder truck revamp suggestion. Now, I do think one will eventually come. I think over the next few months, the ERLC devs are going to slowly roll out more and more revamps or possibly new FD vehicles. But I definitely like this idea, having banners on the side, seen in plenty of real-life departments, and another means of customization. I do quite like this one, a reworked private server tab system, and this is partnered with Melonly's directory. So we've got a server of the day, which highlights one server. I wonder how this would be chosen. Like, is this the most upvoted, the most favorited, chosen by a mod? Who knows? And then we've got the top rated servers on the right. I don't know what the solution is, because if they had servers chosen by staff, you know, that's always going to kick off some arguments and disagreements about which servers should be chosen. But do you do the most upvoted? Do you have like a favoriting system? The most played? I don't know. But it would be cool to give some smaller servers more recognition in a way. The first of many map editor pack suggestions in this video. Now, everyone kind of wants something different with a map editor. Some people want us to be able to actually move buildings, and others just want more props added to it. This here would mean you can actually build your own buildings practically with walls, windows, doors, etc. I think it would be cool, but they would need to revamp how the placement system works. I will say though, the map editor pack is probably the best private server pack that they've added. I know it is limited, they definitely can add more to it, and I definitely think they will, but like, it's really cool just being able to scroll through this channel and see things that people have created and share them as well. Like, I can just grab this code and pop it in my server. Onto another map editor suggestion, and this isn't actually relating to the props, this is the UI made by Federal here, and I do quite like this. This is very clean. It's slightly different though to the ERLC design with the Gaussian blur here and stuff, but still, it looks very clean. I feel like every time I do one of these videos, we do talk about custom teams or departments for private servers. And this would be options for custom picture, custom name, and building with a few customizations to fit it. Staff, state trooper, etc. Then over here, you've got state patrol, New Mexico State Patrol, and a staff team. I think this is probably one of the more controversial suggestions. There are a lot of people for and a lot of people against staff teams, but if we're just talking about custom teams in private servers, I'm all for that. It means we can then have things like highway patrol that doesn't have to spawn at the sheriff or police station. They can actually have their own designated spawn point and their own designated team. Oh my, what are we looking at here? A map update to the Highway 55 Freedom Avenue entrance and exit. I'm trying to get my head around what we're looking at. So we've got another designated turn lane, essentially, that is pulling onto here. And that's different to this one because this one's going straight and turning. And then it's a similar thing off the other side. And then who knows what's going on here. Now, I appreciate all of the effort that's gone into this. A lot of detail, but I don't know how likely ERLC is going to add any of this. The signs, though, I definitely think they could add fairly easily. Like, these are pretty easy additions, in my opinion. But yeah, this just seems a bit too complicated. Now we are on to some custom vehicle drawings. Pretty cool. So this is the 1978 Bullhorn Ranger with trims. Wow. All right, so let's take a look at this here. Very nice drawing, I gotta say. Straight off the bat, very nice drawing. We've got a civilian variant here as well, and you can see they differ slightly. There is differences, yeah, I can definitely notice that. Why should it be added? It's cool. I can agree with that. Could be used for a number of things: station wagons, luxury sedans, budget sedans, taxi cabs, police cruisers. Agreed. I definitely would love to see more classic vehicles added to the game, but also to the police team. I think we've currently got 2. I'd love to see more classic roleplay servers, and ERLC could definitely encourage that if they add more classic vehicles like this, especially to the departments. The first map suggestion I've looked at in quite some time, but I do kind of like this one, so let's dive in and have a look here. So starting at the top of the map, up here we've got some dirt roads that link to Springfield. That would be quite a steep road going up here, but continuing to the left, the highway goes through a tunnel, I believe. Either that or this terrain over here is being completely flattened out. We've got a power plant there, which is where all these electricity lines connect to. The river connects over here into a small lake. Housing suburb continues over here. We've got another farm area there. A little roundabout, which can connect up to here as well. We've got another fountain, or a stream, I suppose, that trickles down into this pond. And they've got a nice little bridge there. And then we've got another kind of main road that just continues on and ends over this side. And then down here, we've also got a bit of an extension of the city. Quite a big extension, actually. Down here looks to be a town hall or courthouse of sorts. We've got some pretty nice buildings. I gotta say, this is probably one of the most comprehensive map suggestions I've seen in a very long time. Apart from this, I don't know what this is. Just looks like a massive parking lot. This looks really cool. Definitely would love to see an extension to the highway, and if they were to expand the map, I definitely think they would expand to the left, since all the other major map updates have been expanding this area, the right of the map. It's this guy again. Right, more variants of the Redline fire engine. We've got a 1985 variant, 1995, and a tractor-drawn aerial. Now, this one kind of looks like they have the actual map, and they physically put an engine in the map. I don't know how, but anyways, we'll continue on. We can see this is definitely a Photoshop, but this is a tiller here, and you can see they've taken the front of the new engine we got and added on the back of a tiller. And then over here is another picture of the Redline engine. That looks really clean. Honestly, that really does. Thinking about it, the fire department doesn't actually have any vehicles older than 2008, I think. So I definitely would love to see some classics added to FD. Fully black rims to the Charger. That looks clean. Also, whilst we're here, take a look at that front plate. It would be so cool if we could upload custom plates in private servers. Even if we can't add them to the front, customizable back plates in private servers. Another fairly simple one, but one I definitely can get behind, customizing the sign. Surely we should be able to customize just like text around the map, whether that's the entrance to High Rock Park or the names of buildings in River City. Should definitely be a setting in private servers, just like you can go up to any of the speed signs around the map and change them to whatever speed you like. Linking nicely onto the last one, logo customization for the court. Yeah, I think private servers should just have a list of buildings or locations in the map they can change the text or images for, and they can just upload an ID and change out the courthouse logo, for example. And whilst we're here, holding cells for the courthouse. Yes, please. Definitely think the courthouse needs holding cells. I think I did a suggestion on them. Just add them down below in the corridor. Like, there's plenty of space inside the courthouse. Federal decided to DM me a couple of Photoshops to include, and I do quite like this one. So having tags for private servers, linking on to what we were talking about earlier in this video, being able to search for private servers better, whether that's tags for countries, types of roleplay servers, realism, strict or casual, etc, etc. And this would just make searching for private servers so much easier, because there is only so much you can actually include in the title, and these days everyone's just putting hire is free in the title. Now, we're going to wrap this video up with this Audi Photoshop here. Obviously, this was added as a civilian vehicle with an interior a couple of weeks back, and well, someone's Photoshopped it onto the police team, which I think fits perfectly. Now, unfortunately, it's one of those pictures that's been reposted so many times in the PLC Discord that I can now no longer find who the original creator of it is. So if anyone knows who it is, reach out to me. I'd love to know, but really cool Photoshop, and European servers especially would love a vehicle like this on law enforcement. So thanks very much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy, and great Photoshops, honestly. Every time I go into the PLC Suggestions channel and look for Photoshops, it just amazes me what people can create. I'll be looking through and doing another one of these videos in a couple months time, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on the next one.